Hello. So this is a step-by-step technique to prepare our delicious, sumptuous Ghana Banku for 10 people. Okay. And I'm saying technique because we want to do this in a way that at the end of the cooking we will be able to enjoy our banku without having any lumps or what we call soldiers in the banku. We want it to be as smooth as possible, so I made sure that doing the mixing I added enough water to the mixture. And mind you, because this is yellow corn, it has the tendency of rising. Okay, if you're a Ghanaian and you understand tree, Rebecca say itu yellow corn no itu inti. I added enough water and made it look so watery. If you are using the normal maize, make sure that you use a very good measure of water. And I did this also because, as you can see, I'm using one hand in stirring, and if it is too hard, it will be difficult for me to stir properly to take out all the lumps. Okay, so at this point I was just trying to stir very well and make sure that I'm mixing all those small lumps that are forming to form the banku. Okay, so and once you are doing this with one hand, you need to make sure that you are not watching your favorite movie or telenovela, or else you are going to, at the end of the day, just eat a lot of lumps. Okay, and that will not be nice if you are serving this to your visitors or maybe your family. If you are eating this alone, you will not complain, right? So, and also make sure that it is under low heat. Mind you, I'm preparing this in a silver or a saucepan, okay, which is so light, so it's able to take in the heat faster. However, I want this to cook slowly with good heat, okay, and then steadily. All right, so I kept this on the lower side of my stove and just made sure that I had the time to keep stirring and grinding and stirring, okay, to ensure that I'm getting my banku as smooth as possible. And so at this point, at every given time, because I want this to cook with heat and very nicely, at every given time I just cover it for it to get more heat. Trust me, if you are cooking, the experience and technique is that if you are cooking your banku with one hand, okay, you want to avoid every stress that comes with it, because already we are not used to cooking this on our stove. It's either we are using the coal pot, okay. So if you are standing and stirring and cooking your banku, you want to avoid any possible stress that may come with this. So you make sure that your mixture is as soft as possible, and also you are giving it the maximum heat that it needs. Okay, if I were using my small pot, I could just put it on the bigger side, because then I'll have the more edge, like strength to stir and grind this. But because it's the what I'm doing now is for 10, I'm just taking my time, okay. My mixture is very soft, and I'm just using heat, a little stir, heat, a little stir. So as you can see now, my banku is forming nicely. Okay, it is forming nicely, beautifully, and you can see from the video also that it doesn't seem to have too much lumps in it. Okay, it's forming smoothly and very soft. Okay, yes, because if I'm unable to serve this for all the 10 people in a day, and we are going to keep this for maybe some days, I want to still enjoy it, feeling that it is still fresh. Okay, I don't want to get tired of eating my banku, so I want to get it as soft as I can. Okay, all right, so you can see that it's getting the maximum heat that it needs to cook. Okay, banku needs heat, not too much and not too low. Now we are going in with our water. Okay, trust me, you need a lot of experience to be able to do this on a daily basis or anytime you are called upon to be able to cook banku for 10 people on a gas stove. It's not an easy job, but yes, I've been doing this for some time now, a very long time, like years, for years now, so I'm able to do this. I just wanted to show you, if you're a beginner or a learner and you are wondering how you'll be able to cook for many people on the gas stove. This is, and also just for you to know, due to the camera's position, it's looking as though I used my left hand, but that's my right hand. So I'm actually using my left to secure the silver and then using my right in stirring the banku. Yes, you can see that this banku is very soft as possible. You can eat this with pepper, abobitazi, okay, your fried fish. You can eat this banku with okra stew, okra soup, your palm nut soup, or granite soup, or even light soup, okay, what we call pepper soup. So depending on how you want it, for me, if I'm going to take this with pepper soup, I should still have some okra or garden eggs in there that I'll just mix and still have the slimy nature to be able to push my banku down. It's very necessary. So our banku is getting ready. It's almost there. So I added the water, covered it, and at this point it's ready. Okay, so some of us, we want to stir the banku till our ancestors come to whisper in our ears that the banku is ready. Please take it off. You can also just touch the stirring wood. Please, in my language, it's called akplachi. In tree, in Ewe it's akplachi. Then in tree it is benkuta. Right, so this is what I'm doing just to show you that the banku is ready and can be served. Okay, so once it's ready, when you touch it, it doesn't feel too sticky on your hand. Okay, so there we go, ready for serving. So we are putting it nicely into our plastic bag. Yes, I know you would say that it's not good to serve in plastic bag, but for now, this is what we have here and that's what we use. If there's anything else you think is more safer, Yeah, let me know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed watching, let me know also. If you were able to learn